Yes, I remember right after I ran in a political campaign to replace Congressman Dr. Larry McDonald from Piedmont Hospital in Atlanta, that his plane went down the KAL August 31st of 83. And I was flown out to Larry Flynt, so because Larry Flynt had been shot, and he didn't that he was shot in March the 6th of 78. I was doing a medical malpractice book, and Larry McDonald was a doctor, and he was part of the cases in there. I wanted to get to this though. Larry Flynt, Hustler Magazine. This would have been, I think, February issue. I can't remember. Um, so that would have been, what, 84? I guess it was after I was out there in that campaign. He had photos of Larry McDonald, Congressman Doctor, naked with another woman in bed watching their television. So you're talking about back then and even now, you don't tell people what's going on or they hate your guts. Really, they'll try to kill you. Believe me. But anyway, that was one thing I remember, and I'm going to get to this though because I was telling about mind control murders and how they're done in patterns, and Larry Flynt was one of them. Well, Larry McDonald too. It turned out the plane veered into Russian airspace and was shot down by a Russian MiG. Uh, Mind control, that is what can be used in mind control. You just program the pilot. Nobody wants to tell any of this, who's using it, but my God, it's so widespread now. That's what's happened in the shootings at school. And you can mind control mass armies, but I'm talking about the deaths was what I was talking about, the murders like Virginia Tech, etc. But I was getting into this, people who had died in U.S. Congress. I was just going to look back and see. First of all, one person that's involved that was killed in mind control was Ted Knight, who played on Love Boat. Then I was thinking about the other guy on there. What was his name? He became a golfer. Fred Grundy. He died. I've forgotten how he died, but it's strange. But you had Sonny Bono hit a tree while skiing. That was the same time that Michael Kennedy was skiing and had an accident supposedly and died. Now, the one other one that when I came up here to Virginia, okay, I had not spoken with Mr. Flynn I'll take that back, maybe one time after 1983. He furnished me a car for a year, leased it, and I've never talked with him since, but he did come up here. I ended up in Roanoke in 86, living on the Appalachian Trail or wherever I could, freeze, starve, trying to find food. And the mess that hurts me is still going on. It hasn't stopped. So, but he showed up here in court with, in the Poff building federal court about the freedom of speech or the parody. He has shown me when I was out there, and I wondered why he was showing it to me. He showed me the parody on Reverend Falwell. Okay, Falwell sued him in federal court, and he won, but then it was overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court, freedom of speech. So I was going to put this, though. When I came here to Roanoke, the governor of Virginia, I believe that was the same year, I'm not sure that I moved up here, or if you call it moved here, 86, October of 86, on a Greyhound bus with no money and no clothes on my back, except the ones on my back, and it was cold. But anyway, he was supposed to have had an affair with a former Miss Virginia, T-A-I, Collins. And I was trying to find, Playboy magazine was the one that exposed that, I believe. And was trying to find. The reason I was looking this up too, in part. Well, here you've got something about LBJ's mistress blows a whistle on the JFK assassination. Well, that's anyway. Oh, you look back, and my point. You want my point here? Okay, I'm going to give you my point. I have been through hell, and I'm still going through hell, and for telling the truth and being born, really. So anyway, I was looking through just to see how many, because I'd written about mind control murders, and it's invisible, so it's hard to prove. So the ones I knew about were done in patterns, but then back to my point. Yeah, let me make my point. I'm having such a time of my life, right, Terry? I'm talking to the one that gave me the phone to put it up on social media, and since I can't get an attorney or anything, they're afraid of it. Afraid they won't live to see another day, I guess. But anyway, he bought me a phone about 3 years ago, and somebody not wiped it out. A Mrs. Angela Queen. And now then he got, well, I'm not sure he had anything to do with this one. I will tell you the name of the person, if that means anything to you, that sold me the phone, and then it was messed up, and somebody had the prior number, and all this harassment goes on. His name was Aaron, but that won't mean anything to you when I put it out here. So where am I going with this? I'm going back to, I'm watching the beginning of the debates. It's going to start. Tim Kaine from Virginia, former governor, now senator, running for VP with Hillary, who's part of the New World Order. So this global no borders is nothing. I've been telling about it for how many years? Since they were 1985, I guess. So, I mean, what are you doing to Donald Trump? I said some months ago that they wouldn't let him win, that they would go after him, the New World Order, because he just might help dismantle it. Are you going to let that happen? Are you going to let them get away with this crap? I've just read just a portion. I'm not reading about the real crimes these people have committed, like John Sparkman from Alabama. There's a whole list of them. But if you want to go back in somebody's background, maybe you should try Tim Kaine. Hey, he looks like this. I better not say that. I'm in enough trouble right now in my life. I'm 78 years old. And believe me, every moment's hell. Because everybody's so honest. How about that? Well, Donald Trump hasn't done anything. In fact, he's probably a saint to most of you. Harper Valley PTA hypocrites.